The progressive push is on fire ahead of the primaries. Bill Halter is surging against Senator Blanche Lincoln in Arkansas. The latest poll now has the lieutenant governor up by 4 points heading into tomorrow's runoff election. And it's not just Arkansas. Andrew Romanoff is running strong in the state of Colorado. And a few weeks ago, Congressman Joe Sestak took down incumbent Senator Arlen Specter in Pennsylvania. Joining me now is Adam Green, co-founder of the Progressive Change Campaign Committee, coming to us tonight from Little Rock, Arkansas, where his organization has raised over $250,000 for Lieutenant Governor Bill Halter. Adam, I want to ask you about a story that I have been inundated with email because of the radio listeners are all on top of this. In Garland County, we are hearing it's a county of 80,000 voters. There normally are 40 polling places. Now it's down to 2, and some people are going to have to drive upwards of 20 miles to vote tomorrow. What's the backstory of this down in Arkansas? What can you tell us?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We actually just sent a national email to our membership about this yesterday. In the election 3 weeks ago, there were about 42 polling places open throughout this county, and in this runoff, there will only be 2. This is a situation that forces some people to drive across mountains and around lakes 30, 40 minutes away from their workplaces or their homes to vote, which is really outrageous. And on top of that, some early voting places that were supposed to be open over the weekend were closed. So some people might be disenfranchised.
Adam, who is behind this? What's happening here?
Well, there is a local election official, I'll say his name, it's Charles Tapp, who either out of incompetence or out of some agenda is closing down these polls in the biggest county that voted for Bill Halter last election. So what we're doing is we are making thousands of calls to this county, making sure that voters know where and when they can vote. And we're also redoubling our efforts at boldprogressives.org to have people go to our website, sign up to call voters around the state. And any votes that are lost in this county, we need to make up for them elsewhere across the state. We cannot let one local election official skew the results of this entire election.
All right, this has been a rather heated campaign down there. This is Blanche Lincoln, Senator Lincoln, going after Bill Halter, and a response from Halter on exactly where his support is coming from. Here it is.
The D.C. unions have put about $10 million in this race in the last 12 weeks. It's really sad that, that we would allow these special interest groups, and certainly that Bill would allow special interest groups to come into our state like this and really dominate and manipulate the people of Arkansas.
Senator Lincoln has received over $1 million in contributions from Wall Street executives, hundreds of thousands of dollars from health insurance company executives. On vote after vote, she has put special interest groups that are opposed to the interest of middle-class Arkansans first.
And we also want to point out exactly where the money's coming from. Percentage of campaign funding that comes from individual contributions. Halter is at 93%, and Lincoln is at 60%. Break this down for us, Adam. What does this mean?
Well, look, I've said this before on your show. This race is a battle between people power and corporate power. Blanche Lincoln was perfectly fine taking union money until she decided to really vote against workers over and over again. And I can tell you, just looking at things here on the ground, the people are clearly on the side of Bill Halter. And a couple months ago, we sent 2 of our Progressive Change Campaign Committee staffers, Michael Snook and Kiana Gregory, down to Arkansas to work hand-in-hand with the Halter campaign and help him rally thousands and thousands of people to his side. And I can tell you tonight that it's really successful. Today alone, in one single day, 29,232 volunteer phone calls have been made for Bill Halter to voters. People are going to our website.
So does he win tomorrow night? Does he win tomorrow night?
I think he will win tomorrow night. We can't take anything for granted. We are going to work up until the very final minute the polls are closed. But this is a people-powered effort, and we need good people across Arkansas and across the country to sign up to keep calling voters. Again, boldprogressives.org. We can hit 30,000 tonight if we try hard.
All right, let's talk about Nevada for just a moment. Harry Reid's poll numbers. Daily Kos Research 2000 poll shows that he's up 6 points on Engel. He's up 4 points on Sue Loudon and 4 points on Danny Tarkanian. And Sue Loudon was on Hardball earlier tonight and made a comment about how some of Chris's colleagues at this network have somewhat overplayed the chicken story about bartering for medical care. Here she is at a town hall meeting.
Let's change the system and talk about what the possibilities are. I'm telling you that this works. You know, before we all started having health care in the olden days, our grandparents, they would bring a chicken to the doctor.
Well, I don't know how the media is overplaying that when she said it. Adam Green has, Harry, you want to respond to that and also tell us where Harry Reid stands right now?
Well, what do you say to that? I assume that a lot of people with cancer or Alzheimer's or anything else that requires a lot of care would love to be able to just pay with one chicken. I think Harry Reid is very fortunate to be up against an opponent who appears to be weak. But Harry Reid himself really, at the end of the day, will need to get out his base in this election. He promised a vote on the public option a couple months ago, and we'll be looking to see if he keeps his promise. I think there will be a lot of energetic people volunteering for him, giving him money, and really going to bat for him if he decides to finally give us an up or down vote for the public option in the Senate. But he does seem to be blessed with some unfortunately bad opponents. Good for him.
All right, Adam, good to have you with us tonight.